So September 2023 rentals.ca rent report came out and it gave the number for the month of August. Surprisingly, that's not the highest increase year over year that we've seen. That happened last year at this time where we saw a 12% increase year over year from August 2021 to August 2022. So let's dive into these numbers and what exactly it looks like on a market to market basis in different cities around the country to see what rents are at these days. I'm Michael Ouzas, I'm a realtor in the Greater Toronto area. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the rents for Canada in 2023 so far. And if you ever want to book in a call with me, click on that first link in the description down below. So here's the article from rentals.ca and you can read this report. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that the rentals.ca report is based solely on their website. So their website does not include things that are on MLS that we're seeing in the Toronto real estate market, for example. So these are their own rental reports that they come out with and what they've been seeing on average. So average asking rents in Canada increased 1.8% monthly and 9.6% annually to reach another record high of $2,117 in August. Annual rate of inflation for asking rents was lower than the 12% increase recorded a year ago in August 2022, which represents a 4-month high. So here's the national rent rankings. So let's jump into the top 10, and we're seeing here Vancouver number 1 and Toronto number 2, which comes to no surprise in the Canadian real estate market. A 1-bedroom in Vancouver right now would run you almost $3,000 a month, down almost 1% since the month before, and up 13.1% year over year. For 2 bedrooms, we're looking at basically $3,900 a month, down 1% from the month before and up almost 10% year over year. If we take a look at Toronto, a 1-bedroom would run around $2,600 a month, which is up 1% from the month before and over 10% year over year. A 2-bedroom around $3,400 a month, up 1.3% month over month and 7.1% year over year. So even though rentals.ca uses their own data, I can confirm that on MLS here in Toronto, if you are looking for a 1-bedroom condo in the city of Toronto, especially something with parking, you're looking somewhere in that $2,600 a month. Without parking, maybe in that $2,400 to $2,500 a month. And if you are looking on the 2-bedroom side, you're somewhere between that $3,300 to $3,600 a month, depending on the property, of course, and the location. So Toronto itself is not just Toronto. There's the downtown core and there's the city around and surrounding areas. So when they say Toronto, I do believe they are using the entire area, not just the downtown core. Of course, if you're looking downtown, that will bring a higher premium when it comes to rentals, especially depending on the level of the building in the city. To round out the top 10, we're seeing that there's a number from the greater Toronto area, so outside the city of Toronto. One here in Burnaby, BC, and I do believe this should be Kelowna, BC, not Kelowna, Ontario. But you could see the difference in price points. If we take a look down, there's plenty of cities here in Ontario on the list and in BC, which seem to round out the top 20, other than the city of Halifax, which is in Nova Scotia. A city like Hamilton, which has a pretty good sized population, you're looking at around $1,900 a month for a 1-bedroom and $2,300 a month for a 2-bedroom. On a national overview, rents are up more than $100 a month over the past 3 months. And between May to August, which in general is usually a pretty active month on the rental side, asking rents of Canada increased by 5.1% or an average of $103 per month. Despite rental apartment completions in Canada over the past 12 months, reaching their highest level since 1970s, rent growth has remained exceptionally strong. And this could be attributed to the country's record high population growth and sharp deterioration in home ownership affordability. Of course, with the interest rates increasing the way they did over the last couple months, that definitely plays a factor into what people can afford and whether or not they decide to go from the rental market to the purchase market. So we take a look at this chart that breaks down the average asking rent for all property types across Canada on average. Where things were in August 2019 were above where things were in August 2020 and 2021, and about $100 below August of 2022. Now, August 2022 to August 23 saw a big jump, and that also plays into cities opening back up. Immigration has been at an all-time high. Universities are back up and running. So all of this plays a factor into why rents have been skyrocketing and continuing to increase, especially in a city like Toronto and the downtown core. On a provincial level, BC is the highest average at $26.75 for a property to rent. So a studio around 2,000, one bedroom 2,400, two bedroom 2,900, bedroom 3,300. If you really want to break things down on a municipal overview, this breaks it down by property type and average percent growth year over year. Vancouver in the lead at $3,300 a month on average of all property segments. Interestingly, Oakville number 2 ahead of Toronto. And the reason being is that typically in Oakville, you're renting houses. So these price points are higher. Not as many condos as we would see in the city of Toronto, which if you have a lot more of these studios and one bedrooms, that'll definitely play a factor into the rental prices on average. If we take a look at 11, 12, 13, Halifax, Hamilton, and Calgary, they're all relatively around that $2,100 a month on average range, with a one bedroom costing $1,800 in Calgary and $1,900 in cities like Hamilton and Halifax. So it's really interesting to see once you break down what rents cost in all these markets and the various property types, things in Canada, as immigration continues to pick up, are continuing to increase on the rental side. There is still demand and multiple offers when it comes to the city of Toronto. And properties that look really good that are on the market right now are renting very quickly with multiple offers, oftentimes within 24 to 48 hours on the market. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts on what you've been seeing in the rental market, if it's any different than what this data has been showing here on the rentals.ca report. And if you ever had any questions on what things are renting for on the ground level in the current market, feel free to reach out or drop a comment down below. I'm Michael Ouzas. Thanks for watching.